The speaker we have this morning is new to the area. She comes by way of Texas and other places. She works for the child, wait a minute, how do you do it?
Come on, say it, Fred.
I'm trying to. The Center for the Prevention of Child Abuse. And she's in charge of the public relations there. And her name is Dina Gavin. Gavin. Okay, I got it right. And it's my pleasure to welcome her to the Red Hook Rotary Club this morning.
My name is Dina Gavin. I have been volunteering with the center for the past 6 years, and I just recently joined them on a full-time basis in February. So I'm fairly new to being employed, but I've been there as a volunteer for a while. The center was started in 1973, so we're coming up on an anniversary next year. It was originally the task force, Child Abuse Prevention Task Force, and we've been doing some unique work in Dutchess County that hasn't been replicated in a lot of counties. So we're growing in ways now that are profound and interesting for us. I'll tell you about what we do. Our mission is to end child abuse in Dutchess County. And I hope that, you know, in a good world, I wouldn't be talking to you right now because I wouldn't have a job. I wouldn't have to be here. Unfortunately, we do have a need, and we have a profound need to end child abuse. Our vision is zero child abuse in Dutchess County. And hopefully we'll all be out of a job sooner than later, so that we don't have to combat this. We take the approach of working on the principle that child abuse is cyclical. It's generational. So we have programs that target children. We also have programs that target parents. I'll tell you a little bit about the programs that target children first. The heart and soul of the Center for Prevention of Child Abuse is our personal safety program. Most people who know of us know about that program because we've come into the schools, we've met your children, we've taught them about personal safety, and we've given them a little wooden nickel. I can attest to you that children like to play with that wooden nickel and call our center sometimes just to see if it's real. We get a lot of phone calls over the summer where kids are just calling up to say hello. No problem. And we always say, you know, is there a problem? Is there a crisis? Nope, just wanted to see if it was true. What we do for the children, we target students from preschool to grade 5. For the little ones, we go in with puppets, and it's very age appropriate. And we talk about appropriate touches and inappropriate touches. We talk about what is covered by the bathing suit, and that's your private body, and you're not, you don't have to let anyone touch you that you don't want. We talk about, you know, doctors and mom and dad can touch you, but that your body is your own. And we use a little play acting with the puppets to get that point across. When they get a little bit older, we start doing some more sophisticated work with them and talking about internet safety. Unfortunately, we live in an environment now where the rules have changed because of technology. We have social media that gives kids access to a world, but it also gives predators access to kids. And so we try to introduce that early on about what dangers are out there and how to keep yourself safe while still being part of our technological society. We talk about bullying, and we talk about dating violence. Those are really important areas that we start covering later on. We're actually partnering with Grace Smith House to start doing work with older children and talking about the dating violence that comes up in high schools. So there is a lot of crossover that we work with Grace Smith House on. Unfortunately, domestic violence and child abuse has a correlation. And so that's the work that we do in schools. We're throughout Dutchess County right now, except for Millbrook. It's the only school district we're not in. But we cover the rest of Dutchess County fully. And you might have, if you have children in the school system, you've probably seen the wooden nickel. It's got our little bear symbol on it. And that's how we get the message out there to the young people. Last year, we met and interacted with 10,312 school-aged children. Our personal safety program is so popular, actually, we're looking to expand it into Orange County because other school districts just don't have this program. And if Erin Marin's law comes into pass, a young woman by the name of Erin Marin is a sexual abuse survivor and has made it her mission to go to all 50 states and enact a law that mandates sexual abuse prevention training for school-aged children. So we will be even more in demand to make that happen. It's passed the Senate. It goes before the Assembly this summer. So hopefully we'll be able to increase awareness and bring that information to more children. Unfortunately, we need lots more volunteers to do that. The staff right now, we're at about 11 people with 2 part-time workers. So we're stretched very thin. Lots of volunteers are needed. So please, if you have any interest, this is a great place to volunteer. I can attest to that. The other way that we intervene with children is through our Child Advocacy Center. That's our multidisciplinary team. They only see the worst case of abuse, sexual abuse, and neglect. So really the most severe cases come to us through the CAC. The CAC brings together law enforcement, CPS, medical profession, child advocates. They all come together to work on these cases, and the concept is to lessen the trauma to children. They only have to come to our center once. They only have to tell their story once. Everything gets recorded right there so that they don't have to keep going to place after place after place telling their story. We make it as child-friendly and as warm as possible so that, again, we're trying to lessen the trauma. Unfortunately, in 2010, we saw 605 children. In 2011, we saw 698. The numbers are pretty bad. Hopefully, the numbers are both good and bad. One reason we're seeing more children is because we're getting our message out there and we're telling young people that it's not right, and you have a voice and you have people who will believe you, and we want you to come forward. So hopefully it's the awareness that's opening up and not just an increase in incidents. Unfortunately right now, I'm sure all of you are well aware of the Sandusky trial. It's only opened the doors even more. And right now we're seeing about 73 children a month, so we're on pace to break our record again. Again, we're hoping that it's increased awareness, the information is out there, and children feel comfortable and knowing that they can come forward and that there's a safe place to disclose. That's our Child Advocacy Center. They're the ones you see in the news. Unfortunately, I have to write press releases sometimes about the work that they do because it's the most high profile. They're out arresting, making the interventions when it's really critical. Yes?
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
What is the mechanism for getting these kids in contact with you?
You can call our center.
The public can?
The public can, absolutely. And if you have a suspected case of abuse, we'll refer you to the state registry hotline, and everything goes through Albany, and then gets referred back to us if it's in Dutchess County.
How about on the Kids Initiative?
They can call the center, absolutely. We're kind of the first line of intervention. And then, again, if it's a true case, we give them the hotline to call because it has to go through the Albany Center.
So you're totally separate, though, from CPS?
Yes. Yes.
CPS chapter.
Right.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
How do you handle it when CPS won't take the phone call and a kid comes to you?
We refer them to the hotline.
Right, but what I'm saying is people can call the hotline to report
Yes.
abuse, and whoever the operator is often will say, well, we're not accepting that call because it's all in how you say it, and children very often might not say it the right way. So what do you do with those cases?
That's a good question. I don't know what we do with those cases because we do have to take everything through the registry. So if the registry doesn't accept it, we'd probably go through our own law enforcement and see if we can't intervene on a local level.
Can't speak for CPS, but the Albany hotline has a no declination policy. They have to send somebody.
Oh.
The Albany hotline
Since
is a no
when?
declination. Since I've been in law enforcement, that's 8 years.
I will tell you, when I ran Jewish Family Services, I knew exactly how to phrase it to get them to take it, and exactly how to phrase it so they wouldn't take it.
I don't know about CPS locally.
Yeah, that's
I don't know
CPS.
anything about them, but the Albany hotline has a no turn down policy.
And it was the 800 number, which I assume is
And the second thing, in terms of the cyclical nature of child abuse, we work with parents as well. We have 2 parenting programs. One is our parent empowerment program, and that's for parents who have had their children taken away or are mandated by the courts to come for parenting classes. And we also have, that's open to parents who simply feel like they need an extra resource. And we always love those calls because it's getting parents before anything happens. People come in and say, you know, I just need extra help. Children don't come with manuals. Sometimes you just need a little extra information on how to discipline. We cover a wide variety of topics, including financial literacy, nutrition, and things like anger management and discipline and child abuse. So we try to educate the parent as holistically as possible so that they are just in a position to give nurturing guidance to their children as opposed to a violent solution. We served almost 2,000 parents last year. A mix of mandated and just volunteering. And one of our most special programs is our special needs parenting classes. We serve parents who have an IQ of under 70, who often are parents because of a cycle of abuse in their own lives. We serve them with in-home care, and they come to our center for education. We do a mix. It's very intensive case management work. We served about 62 parents last year, special needs parents last year. So those are that's our framework. Those are the programs that we have. Do you have any other questions for me? I'm happy to take questions. Yeah.
Where does your primary funding come from? I see United Way, but I.
Yes. Primarily, we get state and local funding, United Way, and we do a fundraiser for the public once a year.
Where's your fundraiser?
Usually it's at the Grandview. We have a dinner, a gala and auction. April or early May. And you should hear about that in the newspapers. And
Who's on your board?
who's on our board? We have 21 members. They come from a wide variety of the community. People like Andrea Kirchhoff and Quinn Shaw and Saphir Hamilton from Central Hudson. Diverse board. A very active board. It's one of the most active boards that I've ever been a party to. They're very hands-on. Working on the projects with the center, including volunteering, taking our personal safety program into the schools. Board members even do that.
Why not Millbrook?
For whatever reason, no, it's a mystery. It's a mystery to everyone. Yes, we're shocked too. We charge nothing. No, all of our programs are free. All we ask is to come in. We work with the teachers. We give them updated training. We work with parents. We work with the children, and it's all for free. And for some reason, Millbrook won't take us up on our offer to be there. Yeah, but hopefully in the future I can say including Millbrook. And
Yeah.
no, so
It's a win-win for everybody.
It really is, and especially if Aaron Marin's law comes to pass, it'll be just one more thing that it'll be it's an unfunded mandate, but we don't charge anything, so we can take care of the mandate for you. So hopefully, I don't know, in the future I'll be able to say everyone, all of Dutchess County.
We are unfortunately down to the end of our
Absolutely.
timeline. I can clearly see,
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I can clearly see the passion that you have for the work that you do. We thank you for coming out to visit with us this morning, and we have a small token of our
Oh, thank you.
appreciation.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.